Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. It's halftime. The Lakers are down by 21. I think the Bucks are shooting like over 50% from every single statistical category. I think there's 60% something like that in the field goal range, 56% I believe it said 3-point range, and 56% from free throw. Believe it or not. So if they were only shooting free throws, we'd be in pretty good shape. Unfortunately, they're shooting everything else. Now, the Lakers didn't hardly miss a shot in the second quarter either, but unfortunately, we got off to such a terrible start that it really didn't matter. We were trading buckets, and we were down by an average of 22 points pretty much the whole time. But it was really impressive. Both teams in that second quarter just simply weren't missing at all. It was crazy. As I'm sitting here watching this game, and I say to myself, man, if only we had Josh Richardson and Paul Millsap, everything would be just fine. Obviously that's sarcasm, and it speaks to exactly how much hope I actually feel we have right now. When I look at the type of moves that are being rumored to take place, and then I look at what this team is going through, and I say, neither one of those players is going to bring us any closer to beating a team like this. Neither one of those players is going to do anything to help us win any of the games that we've won, or rather lost, or gain any ground in games like this at all. You might as well not do anything at all if you're going to do stuff like that, Rob. Honestly, just don't do anything at all, bro. Just keep it real. You know, I look at Russell Westbrook and I say, man, I honestly want to see this guy succeed. I really do, man. He is having such a horrible, nightmarish time out here, and it just seems to not end. Every game, every possession just seems like it's just a nightmare for this dude. And it's almost like you just want to see the Lakers put him in a position, you know what I mean, to just not have to deal with this. I don't know, man. It's not like he's playing any more horrible or any, it's not like he's having the worst game right now. He's actually not. But it's just you could just tell, you know what I mean, that he's second guessing himself in ways that you ain't never seen him second guess himself. Kind of looking and deferring in ways that just are absolutely and utterly unnatural for him. He needs to be elsewhere, y'all. I mean, that's the bottom line, man. Never mind the Lakers' needs. Never mind his contract being a problem for us. Never mind all that has to do with the Lakers organization and our point of view. I look at him, just for him, he needs to be somewhere else. This is a bad fit. It's a bad place. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I honestly think. I'm pretty sure I got a lot of people who agree with me on this. The lights are too bright. They're just too bright. This is not for him. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just not. We've seen it before. Sometimes, the lights are too bright for people. When you come to LA with the pressure of not only the Lakers, but also the pressure of playing with Bron, having this much attention on you to do it for this organization. You look up, see all them banners. You're in the practice facility, you see all those trophies. You look around, and he's from LA, so he knows what this represents. He knows just everything that has to do with the situation. Nah, he needs to be somewhere else, man. So I'm not saying the Lakers should do anything stupid like trading him for John Wall and throwing in a 2027 pick, because that's absolutely out. I would never consider doing anything like that. But I do think that the Lakers should do everything they can to move on from him outside of that. I really do. It doesn't really matter what other deal you do. Just make sure that he's elsewhere, man. Um, that's really the point of view I'm coming from at this point. I'm looking at this team and I'm saying they can't do nothing for themselves, even when they're scoring, with shooting 80 something percent. You look over at the other team and they're shooting 90 something percent. It's like that's how inept we are defensively. You're never gonna see us score at that rate again. Like you've never, we're never gonna hit that many shots in one setting. And the sad thing is to having a performance like that in the second quarter and to still see the score be so lopsided because you can't get a stop because the other team is actually shooting better. You shooting 80 something percent, and you look at the other team and they're shooting 90 something percent. Like you can't. It's just the level of demoralization that I feel watching this game. And I told you guys I felt like we were lambs headed to the slaughter, There's obviously still a whole half of basketball left. I think the Lakers actually have the momentum. The way we closed the quarter was pretty, we feel pretty good. Got a steal at the end, hit a shot or whatever, got a couple dunks, things like that. LeBron got a technical on a situation where we know he got fouled. So to me, to be honest with you, feels like the momentum has shifted to us, but we know how we come out of the third quarter locker room. We know how we are. We're not expecting us to come out in a good situation in terms of the third. We tend not to. This is just one of those games where you really understand that just exactly how far away we are from contention. When you go up against the champs, you have everybody with the exception of Carmelo Anthony and Kendrick Nunn, and this is what you come up with. This is how it's going. Can't get a single stop. I'd love to blame Frank Vogel. You know what I mean? But I don't really know what the Lakers could do with the roster that they have against a team like this. I really don't think that even a great coach could do much tonight. The fact of the matter is, Dwight Howard's in street clothes. I see him looking. He's scowling, which tells me that he's probably fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. They had a little pan over to where he was, and he just looked like he was disgusted with the whole situation. You ain't seen DJ out there tonight, so it's a situation where you start the game and you realize that this coach has started Trevor Ariza against Giannis Antetokounmpo. You look up and you see lineups with Stanley Johnson, LeBron James, Malik Monk, and you got them just destroying us in the paint. Giannis not missed a shot from the field or three. Middleton's getting whatever he wants. Bobby Portis is getting layups, trying to dunk on people. It's demoralizing to no end, man. I am honestly at a point where I'm just sitting here saying there's really nothing we could do. You know what I mean? Nothing. I think we're absolutely and utterly helpless against a team like this right now. And I look at those big three and I say, y'all ain't good enough, man. Y'all just ain't. I mean, if this is a prelude to what we're going to see going forward, it just reinforces my understanding that this is something we should scrap completely. Just scrap it, bro. Scrap it. It's nothing you can do. This is not going to work. The moves that are being rumored to be made are not going to help us at all. Not with the stuff that I'm hearing that's rumbling. It's just these are moves that arguably make us worse. Talk about getting rid of a young player like THT, even though he's struggling, ain't making no good decisions out there, turning the ball over and doing Westbrook type turnovers and stuff himself. I'm not saying I'm too thrilled with him, but the trades we talking about giving him up in, you talking about giving up the 2027 first round pick and him and bringing back Josh Richardson. I'm like, how much hope are you trying to take from us when those are the rumors that we got? You do better just not doing anything. You do better just sitting back and just not making a move if that's what you plan on doing. Talking about Paul Millsap, like, you really want to bring in another guy that old? Like, that's actually something you desire to do? And I'm just like, this is hopeless. This is hopeless. All of this is bad. And you look at it even further and you say, Jeannie, you really cool with this? Like, you're really okay with what you're seeing here? This is satisfactory to you? All of this is bad. If I'm her, I'm thinking about moving on from just about everybody involved in this situation, including Rob Pelinka. Like, how in the world are these the rumors that we're hearing? That's what's rumbling. I look at Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to Indiana in one of the worst trades you ever see. You see Portland giving away everybody basically for free in order to get cap space, and I realize we don't have any cap space. Do you know if we didn't do this Russell Westbrook crap, we could have had those players? If we would have scrapped Russell Westbrook entirely, if we would have never picked him up, we could have been the team that made the play for CJ McCollum. We could have been the team that made a play for Tyrese Halliburton. We could be the team that makes a play for Ben Simmons. We could be the team that makes a play for James Harden. All of these teams that are doing these deals because they have cap space that other teams want. We don't have any cap space, which is why we don't have any deals on the table that are worth talking about. We don't have anything anybody wants, and we don't have the space to take on anything that anybody would love to give us. This is about as bad as it gets. And the only thing we have to show for it is literally one of the greatest players of all time. And I honestly think we should scrap him too. We should definitely get assets for him so that we don't find ourselves in this situation again. That's where I'm at. I understand we have Anthony Davis on for like 3-4 years, so maybe trading him doesn't make no sense. But for me, I don't think Bron could win here. Not as things are going. We can't get rid of Westbrook. We just got to be stuck with him. Misery. I don't know, man. I'm gonna get back to the second half. I'll try to watch as much of it as I can, but I just want to get up here and vent, man. I'm pretty sure halftime's over, so I guess I'll be done with this conversation. But my level of frustration with this team knows no end. It's getting worse. We're getting worse, and it just seems like everybody's just kind of like just waiting for it, to get worse. Frank Vogel, he's a problem, but the roster is also a problem. And it doesn't seem like we're doing much about anything. So we'll see how the second half goes, man. I'll come back with a wrap-up video as I always do. Thank y'all for watching BDL 44, and I'm out.